The Stourbridge glass history, the Stourbridge glass cone, the Stourbridge glass house. Stourbridge has got a lot of significance in the Black Country with the industry, with the Industrial Revolution, with the Stourbridge Lion, and with its glassmaking. So Stourbridge is well known globally for glassmaking, and obviously the Stourbridge Lion. But today we're going to be talking about glass. We're going to talk about Stourbridge glass cone and the history. Now, the red house cone, if you have come to Stourbridge, you will see this beautiful building, and the Stourbridge glass cone has been there since 1790. It was built in 1790 on the red house site, and it is part of the landscape. It is part of Stourbridge. Now, this was acquired by Richard Brierley, and Frederick Stuart started his glassmaking career here. So the Stuart family did own this building. They owned the site and the adjacent site as well. And during this time, there were approximately a dozen glass cones on Stourbridge landscape. It must have looked amazing. We only have one left now. And the Crystal Mile included the Stourbridge glass cone. The glass cone itself is 100 feet high, and it is a Grade 2 listed building. The purpose of the glass cone was to make window glass at that time, and it did produce glass until 1936. The cone itself actually opened as a tourist attraction in 2002, and people from all around the world do come to Stourbridge to see the glass cone. So there were 150 years this glass cone was operating, and during the time there were 16 glass houses that were along the Stourbridge to Kingswinford main road. And this stretch here was known as the Crystal Mile, and in this Crystal Mile the glass cone was a part of that. When the canals were built, the glassmaking industry massively improved. Bulk materials were then able to be brought in via canals to the glass houses and the glass cone. Where the Stourbridge glass cone is situated, the opposite side of the road, just opposite, is the Stourbridge Glass Museum. Now, this is very new, and it only opened on the 9th of April 2022. The red house cone is actually the last remaining glass-making cone in the world. When they used to manufacture glass in the Stourbridge glass cone, it was blown at a very, very hot temperature, and it was blown at 1250 degrees Celsius, which is hot. I can't even begin to imagine how hot that is, but it's very hot. Now, the Glass Museum itself does show the history of what it's like to work in one of these cones, what it's like to work within them in that time period. They also talk about the importance of the industry on Black Country history. So I'm going to talk about the glasshouse site. It is the home of Webb, Corbett and Royal Dalton. A gentleman called Joseph Webb at Coalbourne Hill, he registered designs for pressed glass in the 1850s. Thomas Webb won a gold medal for his glass in 1851. And another gentleman called Thomas Northwood, he was the pioneer of the glass engraving technique in 1860. His work can be actually seen in the British Museum. The Coalbourne Hill site was used for the production of lenses in railway lamps, maritime navigation lights, and decorative glass wall tiles. Thomas Webb and Sons, Mills and Webb, and Stuart Crystal, they all secured contracts to supply glassware to major shipping companies, including the Royal Navy in the late 19th century, early 20th century. They also supplied glassware for the Titanic in 1912. In 1960, this was the opening for Stourbridge Glass College, and they employed skilled glassmakers as tutors. The 1980s saw the peak in Stourbridge crystal production, and there were 4 major manufacturers at this point: Royal Brierley Crystal, Stuart Crystal, Thomas Webb and Sons, and Webb Corbett Limited. In 2004, in more modern times, this was the very first year for the International Festival of Glass that was held in Stourbridge. Artists from all around the world came to the Stourbridge Glass Museum to demonstrate their skills here at this location. Now, this festival does take place every 2 years, and they have the festival happening in August this year. The 23rd to the 26th of August 2024, this festival is taking place. So if you're interested, go and check out the website and book some tickets. I'm not getting paid to promote them. It is just something I'm talking about, but if it's something you're interested in, go and check out the website. Now let's go back to Coalbourne Hill. So on that site itself in 2014, an archaeological dig took place. This was carried out at Coalbourne Hill Glassworks. This site is now known as the Glasshouse College. Now, during this archaeological dig, it did bring up a lot of history and it did reveal a lot about Stourbridge history and Stourbridge glassmaking. It not only revealed Stourbridge glassmaking history, but British glassmaking history as well. What they found on the archaeological dig was a good, strong representation of the glassmaking that was carried out on this site for the past 400 years. Next to this site is the Ruskin Glass Centre in Amblecote in Stourbridge, and this is the heart of the historic glass quarter in Stourbridge. This is formerly the factory for Royal Dalton, but now the Ruskin Glass Centre is workshops for traditional and contemporary glassmaking. And here is where you can see the full glassmaking process from start to finish. Now, this does include glass blowing, it includes cutting, kiln work, stained glass and lamp work. So if it's something you're interested in doing, go and check out their website, Ruskin Glass Centre. Go and check out the Red House Cone and the Glass Museum. It is worth a day out if you're new to the area, or even if you are local to the area. It's worth looking at. It's a very strong part of Stourbridge history, which again is in the Black Country, which I'm very proud of. So it is worth a visit. If you haven't, go and get yourself to the Black Country Living Museum. Go and visit some of the tourist attractions we have in the Black Country, because we have a rich, vibrant history. I'm very proud of where I'm from, and I think a lot of people should be coming and visiting us. We're very proud here, and we have a very, very rich heritage, and we're very proud of it. I hope you've enjoyed this journey with me, but I'll see you in my next video, which will probably be back to my normal videos. And thank you for watching these videos if you have. I do appreciate it.